Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. I don't see any website on this one, but I think it's a newer deck. Shouldn't be that hard to find if you really like it. Supportive Oracle Cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. There is a website for this. rockpoolpublishing.com.au, A as an apple, U as an umbrella. So that way if you want to search that out, you can search that out. Okay. Alright, what do we got for Sag? I feel like there's a lot of pressure in the beginning anyway. A lot of pressure for something. Pressure. Oh, that's your card. That's good. What's lurking in the environment, though, is a good question. That's good. I think, just a quick glance, I think it looks pretty good. Let's see what happens here. Alright, so starting off, you got protection, but you have it with the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. It's still there's a lot of pressure. I keep feeling like there's a lot of pressure here. There's a lot on your shoulders. You are succeeding, but I think that's why there's so much pressure, is because you're doing a lot, but it's working, and it's like, it is exhausting, but it's kind of like, I just can't drop the ball. It's just kind of like doing those overtime, like doing overtime in innings, or however that goes, like, the game just keeps going, and it's kind of like, I am exhausted, but I don't want to go this far just to lose, you know, I just did so well, I just want to finish it off. A lot of pressure to make it work out. And the thing is, you're succeeding. Ironically, it's because you're succeeding and you're stabilizing the situation. I think that's why all the pressure's there, because you feel like it's all on your shoulders. If I start backing off, everything goes to crap. That's how I feel in that moment. Now, other people are relying on you a little bit too much. I don't like that. Because when I'm saying this, what I'm feeling is, I know it's beauty, but I feel like, you know, somebody's enjoying themselves a little bit too much. I also feel like they're feeling more comfortable because you're doing a lot of what they don't feel that they can do, or something like that. It's almost like you're doing part of what they should be doing. And I don't know if they can or can't do it themselves, but the energy of they don't feel that they can do it, that's definitely there. This is why this is so hard for you. This energy just is not doing as much as it needs to. It's just not. Now, the reasoning behind it is the question mark. I don't know. Because I see focus coming in, and I feel like you have to try to help this person start to get on point. I feel like you're trying to make the point here, like, I can't do this like this forever. It's exhausting for me. I can't do this all the time like this. You got to help me. And I feel like you're letting this person know, because you got focus here coming in, and you're trying to affect this person who doesn't seem to believe that they can do it. And you're kind of like, well, I can only do this like this for so long. This is going to burn me out. You got to at least try. Let's try to work up to it. Maybe you can get up to this. Maybe there's other ways we can do things. And I feel like the pressure is like, I have to kind of release some of this pressure. I have to see if I can get them to do it too, or at least help more. They at least have to do more, at the very least. And I get realization with the Hermit going in here. I like the Hermit card, don't get me wrong, but the way this feels here is kind of like they're not moving very fast. There's a lot of talk, which is not normal for the Hermit. But it's more about them thinking about what they can do and talking it out. Well, the Ace of Swords is here in the environment, so that does kind of back that up with them talking about it. But what actually is happening, the Hermit is more of a thinker. You know, they can direct you where to go. They can actually help you get past a mental block sometimes. they're consistent, but they're not. These aren't the big producers. You know what I mean? When you need a lot done, this isn't the energy you'd usually call on. There's a lot of beauty here. The realization is here. You're making your point with them. They're trying to work it out. I don't know. Let's keep going a little farther here, because I don't know, like, they're not against you, but are they really working with you on this? I keep questioning. Like, there's this big question mark. Like, are they helpful? Like, are they helpful in their own situation? Because I don't even know. I'm still not sure. There's this big question mark here. Like, where is this going? Because they're talking to the situation with the Ace of Swords, and they're holding, but they're not really bending on it here. They got the Nine of Wands. Like, they're trying to hold, like, I can't do more. I can't do more, Sag. I can't do more. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what other way to do it. Like, you know, can I pay somebody else to do it for me besides you? Do we need somebody else here? Because I don't think I can do it. That's what I'm feeling. I think that's the question mark. Kind of like, to get this person to believe in themselves, it seems like a task in itself. I hope that's not right, because that's annoying to me. Kind of like you're trying to tell them, you know, you won't know if you can actually do it until you try, right? I feel like that's your energy. Like, you don't really know if you can or can't do it until you literally try. But you can't even get them to really even try. Like, oh, why try before I fail? Like, why put all that money, why put all that energy into something if I'm just going to fail? And they're not really, like, they're looking for a different way. They're like, I know what you're saying, Sag, but I don't think that's right. Maybe there's a different way we can do this. I know you can't keep doing it like that, but I know I can't really do it either. They won't even try, though. It's really obnoxious to me. So I feel like this is one of those things where you're like, all right, I got to make a decision here. And I don't like my decisions. I'm not going to be able to live my life doing this. Like, at some point, I'm going to have to let this go. And you know that. You easily know that. At some point, I will have to let this go. That's the balance of it. The Five of Cups is kind of like, I just hate to see it come this far just to, you know, just to fail at this level. Because it's like it doesn't need to. If this other person would just try, but they won't even, I can't even convince them to do that. They have every reason in the book why they shouldn't. That's frustrating. That's very frustrating. Now, this is going to change. At some point, you're going to have to change the situation. Because I'm getting the hunger here. And when the hunger comes in, it reminds me, when I'm seeing the wolf, and that's a beautiful moon, isn't it? I'm getting, it's definitely going to hit that point where you're just going to start disconnecting from it. And you're going to start going in a different direction. It's kind of like you're going to get fed up and you're just going to start going in a different direction. I don't know how fast it's going to happen. Honestly, it depends on you. You know how fast that happens for you, but it's going to happen is what I'm getting. The hunger is going to kick in. I've tried. I've talked to them. I don't really want this to fail, but but it hits that point where you have to accept, like, it's going to fail because nobody else is picking up the pieces, and you're not going to do this for the rest of your life. So it's kind of like I just have to accept it, that this is just what's going to happen with the situation. I just have to be at peace with it the best I can, at least accept that I have to move on from it. Because you're going to start moving on. I don't know how fast. For some of you, it might be like really quick. For others, you might just slowly just dissipate from it. I feel like for a lot of you, you're just going to be out. Just out. And they're going to be stuck in their stubbornness. And they're just going to believe, like, you're going to be like, I feel like you're going to let them know, like, I can't do this anymore. I got to do some other stuff. I hope this works out for you, but I've done all I can do, and you're going to move on. They're going to be stubborn, and they're not going to help themselves. I feel like they're going to be, when I'm getting extremes with the Four of Pentacles, they're being very stubborn, and they're just like, well, it's not my fault. I guess that's what it is. They're not taking any ownership of it. So, I mean, there's other options here to handle this situation differently, but they don't like any of them. This isn't something you can spend your whole life doing for them. You can't. They are going to be stubborn. They're not going to do it. I feel you watching this go down the drain. Really? I think so. And I feel like you have to accept it. Like, I'm not going to run back in there and save it because I can't. I'm not going to get back in that situation. It's kind of trapping you in it. And you're like, I can't do this for the rest of my life. I feel like you're going into something else. When you got acceptance, you're going another place. You're going into a different thing that's better for you, that, there's more support with it. Hopefully there's more support with it, because I feel like it's kind of starting to turn. I'm getting this card kind of turning, kind of like, instead of me giving everything, I'm starting to get stuff. Like, I'm seeing this hand at the top right here. Here it's like it's dropping things down into the other hand. That's your hand to start. But then as you go into this next situation, you're getting more given to you. And there's more of, like, I noticed that circle there. There's more reciprocation. The more you put in, the more you get out. The more help you give, the more help you get. So you're going into something that's much more accommodating to your energy level. You're not here just to give out all your energy for free. You're here to put out and get back. There's supposed to, in life, there's a natural balance. You know what I mean? There's that natural balance that's supposed to come in. And I feel like you're going to go into something else with that. Whatever you left behind, I would just disconnect from that as much as you can. Because I'm getting, like, you have better prospects going forward. Lesson learned. I feel like you could have got out of this a lot sooner than you did, but you finally did when you did, if that makes sense. You could have got out of this a lot sooner. Assessing things going forward, when somebody plays that game with you again, and I don't think this person was lying to you about how they felt about it, but when you realize that that's how they're going to play it, that's your heads up to go. That's your red flag, like, okay, I got to get out of here. This isn't going to, my efforts are not going to lead anywhere positive in the long run. It's not going to work. Assessing things going forward, they're saying this is a great life lesson in the sense of, like, play it over in your head again when you get to the end of this and realize where that first started to show up, that this was going nowhere. And next time this starts to happen to you, don't stick around. Don't stick around. Just don't. Because you know the signs when this starts happening. You even know if you're that type of person, like, well, just because I see the first red flag doesn't mean there's all of these are red flags. When you get to that first red flag, you're going to know what you need to do to prove if there's more or not. Once you see that first red flag, test the situation to see how many more problems are already there. You're going to know whether you should stay or go. They're just saying don't let this linger on as long next time. You knew a lot earlier that this wasn't going to go well, but you didn't want to give up, which is a beautiful thing. They're just saying your efforts could be better served by leaving a situation once you realize it's a sinking ship. You got Creation, Temperance. Temperance is your card. That's a Sagittarius card. And the King of Swords. You've got a lot of good things coming forward to you. But when I'm seeing this come forward, they're like trying to set you up. Like, there's a lot of good things out there for you. But a lot of this is hinging on, once you realize something is not going where it's supposed to be, not giving somebody, so much more of your time, like not wasting your time with people who don't want to help themselves. That's basically the shorthand of it. Once you realize somebody doesn't really want to help themselves, once you start feeling that, test that situation immediately. And when you prove it to yourself, try to prove it to yourself fairly quickly. Let that situation go and then head to something else, because you're meant for better things. But the more you drown yourself in these situations that don't serve you, the harder it is for your life to get better, if that makes sense. Because I feel like it's because you care. Like, there's things here, like, you don't get involved with them just to throw them away. I give you that. But it's kind of like, once you get involved and you start seeing red flags, test it quickly. Don't spend a lot of time on it. And then when you realize that's what it is, okay, time to move on, because you got better things in your life to do. Are we good? Good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Oh, and if you'd like to see the donation information or how to give a donation if you're interested, that's also below. Thank you very much, and you have a good day.